all across the United States, Canada, and around the world. This is the Bible Answer Man broadcast with Hank Hanegraaff. Hank is president of the Christian Research Institute. At CRI, our desire is to equip you not only to defend the historic Christian faith, but to become a winsome witness to a spiritually hungry but skeptical world, because life and truth matter. To learn more or to find resources to help you grow in grace, call 888-7000-CRI or go online to equip.org. That's equip.org. The following program was pre-recorded. And now, here's Hank Hanegraaff.
Thank you very much, Randy. First up today, Daniel in Brooklyn, New York, listening on the web. Hi, Daniel.
Hey, Hank. Thank you for taking my call.
My pleasure.
All right. I need your help in helping to facilitate my thinking on the issue of tithing. I have your complete answer book, and I'm looking at your entry for the question, is the tithe for today? And one of the things that stood out for me that you wrote in here, you said, of all the questions I am asked to answer, this is beyond a doubt the most difficult, not only because the subject of tithing is hotly debated, but because I must confess that I personally have not always been faithful in giving a tenth or more in the work of the Lord. And throughout the years, I think I've been listening to you since maybe 2009 or 2010. I picked up a few things that you've said about tithing, and one of the ones that actually stood out to me, which is in the entry as well, as you said, that Randy Alcorn has said, tithing may well be regarded as the training wheels of giving. And over the time, throughout my walk with the Lord, I've looked at tithing no longer as a mandate, but as something that I've graduated to, in that I no longer look at tithing as something that I need to do. I need to give 10% of my income to the church, but that I want to give as though there's no mandate or no requirement for me to do so. But lately I've been feeling a little guilty because I give, but it's not necessarily, it's less than the 10% that I would for tithing. And for me, it's more of an issue of the heart. Like, I want to give to my church so that it can do what it can within the community for the body of believers, so on and so forth. I want to give to the church, but my giving is less than 10%. So I guess my question would be, if you could help me out, should I feel guilty that I give less than the 10% that pastors, even my pastors, requiring that because I'm in the leadership position now too in the church, that the leaders at least and everybody within the church should be at least tithing 10%. And then if you want to give on top of that, you should. Should I feel guilty about not necessarily thinking about tithing that I must give, but that I'm giving willfully from the heart, but it's less than the 10% required for the tithe?
Well, I think you have said a lot of things very eloquently and correctly, but the issue of guilt is not the primary focus. The primary focus is to learn to depend upon the Lord and then to want to extend His kingdom rather than our own. And so we learn to give, as Moses said, so that we may revere the Lord our God always. And in giving, what we're doing is demonstrating that we trust in the arm of God as opposed to the arm of flesh. And when you start trusting in the arm of God and it becomes tangible for you, then you end up falling in the bosom of God, into the lap of God, and you have that dance with the divine, that relationship that you desire to have. And in the process, you start to see things from the perspective of fulfilling His kingdom work. And that's really the issue. And a lot of that comes through in what you have said.